Hey, it's the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show.
Let's talk about that.
Introducing first in the left corner.
And I said, that's not a lampshade, that's my wife.
Introducing seconds in the right corner.
But I thought I was your lampshade.
Let's get ready to...
Hello, and welcome to the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show. I'm Bill.
And I'm Hunter.
I always wonder if, we've mentioned this forever episodes ago, but if you're new, we got the name of the show from when we were kids. We, stood in front of a fucking camera and I think I randomly said, hey, it's the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show. Because all we did was, we just fought on camera, we wrestled. And at the time, I'd say I stopped going by Billy probably around 13 or 14. So when we recorded that, I was 11. So I went by Billy, right? So I remember when we were starting up the podcast, and I was and we were easily, there was no other name the show could have been. We're it's the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show. A lot of people in my life, they're like, are you going to be okay if people call you Billy? And I was like, I'll just make sure to introduce myself every time.
Yeah.
And I actually don't have a problem. If people were calling me Billy, I'm not I don't think it's a bad thing at all,
right.
But I do think it's funny that people were concerned about that.
I mean, yeah, especially because it's everybody still calls you Bill.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone, even people who ask me about it, they still know you as Bill. I mean, I think it's because you introduce yourself, and it's, I don't know.
It's funny. Every time somebody asks me about the name of the show, though, I do get a little embarrassed because it's it's really, to me, because I know it, not a complicated name.
Right.
But it is long. So there's this dude at my work, and he was he's like, oh, I heard about your show. I want to listen to your show. I was like, oh, I appreciate it, man. He's like, what's it called again? I was like, it's called the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show. And he goes, okay. He's like, oh, I'm having a hard time remembering that. Okay. He's like, what was it again? I was like, the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show. And he's like, if I look up Hunter, will anything come up? I'm like, well, if you look up Hunter and Billy, I believe we come up. And he goes, and then what's the rest of it? And I was like, Can't Fight Show. Think it's my friend Hunter and me, and we can't fight. And he's like, can you send me a link? I was like, is it that hard? And I got so insecure about marketing. I was like, oh shit, did we fuck up?
I don't think it's that hard. I've literally, anybody who's ever asked, I've told them and they found it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that hard.
It's a ridiculous name.
But yeah, man, I think it's cool. I think it's super cool that we started something when we were little kids and we kind of resurrected it.
Yeah, dude.
And made it something completely different.
Yeah.
And I would say, in no time, we've gotten a lot farther than I think we thought we were.
Yeah. Oh, so I wanted to, so we, as we talked about in last week's episode, we were gone for a while. And a lot of it was it was a mix between burnout and scheduling, and there was a bunch of issues, overarching of just time.
Yeah,
right?
we both got sick.
Yeah, so that was a lot of it. But then getting back into it, I was like, I feel like I got to get kind of fired up again because I feel like it's just been a minute. And I will say that when we moved from my old room down here, I think there was a vibe shift of I'll speak for myself. Okay, the show looks better. We have to make it better. And then I just overthought a lot of shit. And then I think I took the fun out of the show and I was like, we got to structure it. It's got to be this. It's got to do this. And so anyways, all of that long-winded stuff on Thursday, I was like, I want to listen to episode 5 again. Because I was like, episodes 1 through 3, when we launched, we dropped 3 episodes. And then we filmed episode 4 before we had even launched. So, we're we don't know if people like the show yet. But episode 5 was the first episode we filmed after, 1 week of our stuff being out. And it's funny because I want to wait. I mean, you can obviously listen to it on your own time. But when I was listening to it, I was like, I want to wait till, episode, 50. And I want to have a section where we listen to the early part of that show. Because we talk about numbers at the beginning of it. And we'd basically say, we far exceeded what our original expectation was. And it was just cool that we were just stoked. It was there's something really cool about it. And I'm excited to see where we're at when we hit 50 or wherever we're at. And I think it'll be really cool to revisit that moment and be not only did it go better than we thought, but also like, hopefully we're way further.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? To be like, man, we were excited about, insert figure here, and it's like, and now here we are at blah, 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 and we're still, I'm still excited every time that, we get a subscription. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, we're really trying.
It's working. Yeah, but I'm excited now because it's kind of like we reset, and we're back to even, and we're kind of just trying to get this show rolling again, and I think we're kind of trying to bring back when we started.
Yes, that was a big thing, because... Oh, did I cut you off?
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay, cool. Like, listening to it, I think another reason I wanted to go back to episode 5 was I was like, it was the perfect mix between unprepared and prepared.
Right.
Like, and we took an approach to the show that was, we have plan Bs. Let's see what plan A is, and as we talk. And, part of anything is like learning, and then I think I got to a place at our worst after we like changed sets. I was like, we have to do everything plan A, and there shouldn't be a plan B.
Right.
And then it just got too rigid, and it was like, we're spending more time off the show preparing the show. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's like we come in and I'm like, okay, well, let's just read what's on this essential script right here, and then flounder if we fall off of it. So, I took a lot of the fun out of it specifically for myself, not realizing that. It's just, I think with anybody, if you're doing anything and you're committing time to it, you just want to make sure it's good.
Yeah.
And then, but good is like subjective, right? So like I was like, it's not my version of good. And I think the biggest mistake I made going into a podcast is I never watched or listened to podcasts. So I really went in like, well, I think I know what they're supposed to be, instead of paying attention to what works.
Yeah. I think the only part that lost me was I felt like when we were doing a lot of the over scheduling was there was no like personal aspect. Like, we lost that when we started. We were telling stories about us and friends and this, that, and the third, and I think it was more so just like, this is what's going on in the world.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, it sucks. Like, I guess it's like a word to like listeners or anybody paying attention. Like, we had one of our like most like our first like viral hits, or what felt viral to us, was it was a very like subjective video. Like, it was about something topical. That's what I'm looking for. It was a very topical thing. And so then I was like, that's the secret. Topical. Like, we have to do that. And so then, poor Hunter just like going along with whatever. He's like, yeah, whatever you want to do, man. I was like, we got to do topical stuff. Like, and I was like, enough of that, because we did an episode where we didn't talk about anything topical, only personal stuff. And it's funny, I revisited the clips from that, and they're all, to me, 10 out of 10 clips. Like, I think they're hilarious.
Right.
And I was like, with this break we took, I was like, we got to revisit that, because that's what the show is. It's supposed to be funny. Right. We're not a news show. If we want to talk about new stuff, that's cool. Yeah. But like, I was like, yeah, at the end of the day, I just want it to be funny. Right. I want to look back at it and I want to be like, that's a funny fucking episode.
Hell yeah.
Dude. So, and you're right. Like, in episode 5, we talk about your catfish story. And I was like, I kind of got deflated, because I was like, that story doesn't exist in the new frame of the show. The new way the new way the show is set up, that story doesn't happen.
Right.
And I was like, that's a problem, and we should fix that. So, anyways, welcome back to Can't Fight Show 2.0.
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
So, as we're jumping in, I have a story that I wanted to bring to the show. A quick little funny story. So this is kind of going off of something I just thought about last night. I went out with my friend Tadashi, and I used to go out a little bit more than I do now.
Yeah.
And there's one thing that came up that I kind of just wanted to talk about because I think it's funny.
Okay.
So there was this girl that used to come out. I'm not going to name names, but she was cool. We would always we went to school with her. She was always been a part of, we all know her.
Yeah.
And she would come out a decent amount. Like, I'd see her every once in a while. We'd catch up. We'd all hang out. Nothing crazy. So we had another friend that I told you about this friend. He's crazy. Won't name names. But he kind of goes into the crazier side of things. Maybe selling stuff. He's a hothead. He's always fighting.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he drinks a lot. When he goes out, he goes out.
Oh, okay.
So I want to tell you the story about the last time I saw this girl.
Okay. Uh-oh.
So we're all hanging out. And the friend that's a hothead, sometimes, he's drinking.
Oh, boy.
He's drinking.
Good mix.
So we're all together in a circle.
Okay.
And those two start playful arguing.
Uh-oh.
And they start playful arguing, and it starts to get physical. Where they're just like, they're pushing. Last time I see this girl is when they're pushing, and this overly drinking friend picks up the girl.
Uh-oh.
And as he picks her up, you see he tries to set his feet.
Yeah.
And this girl's only like maybe 5'1".
Oh, okay.
Picks her up. You see him try to catch his feet. His foot goes out the other way. And he basically gives her a spine buster like he's Triple H. On the bar floor.
Oh, my God.
In front of everybody. She's a mother.
Oh, my God. You get down on the ground, you're like, 1, 2.
She's out of here.
She's out. Get out of Ding, ding, ding. Plays over the speakers.
Behold the king. The king of...
Holy shit. So he slams this girl. What happens next?
So she obviously got very upset.
Yeah. He's like, what are you mad for, dude?
He did. That's basically what
Oh, no way. He's like, dude, it's all fun and games till you spine bust a chick in public. God, you can't trust anybody these
He got
days.
mad. He's like, what am I apologizing for? He was basically like, I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why you should say sorry.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that thing where he's mad that we're kind of making sure she's okay.
It's like, how come no one's checking on me? I was a part of that.
It was so cringy, dude.
Oh my God,
and everybody's looking because he just basically gave this girl a spine buster. He just pile drived this mom that's 5 foot tall on the bar floor.
Oh my God. It's so funny because like when they're pushing each other, his finisher meter's like filling up. And you're seeing it, you're like, wait. My God, she's got a family.
She's got a kid at home.
Holy fuck, dude. Okay.
And I remember her getting up.
Mm-hmm.
And her hair was all wet because he was still holding a drink.
Oh my God, dude. Did she stay out after that, or she was like, yeah,
she was a trooper.
God.
She finished the night.
That's so funny. I think I would do that, but I'm also like completely opposite from that. So like,
no, if I have a rule where if someone spills a drink on me, like if the drink's on my shirt or like on my head, I'm going home.
Right,
like
right,
I'm
right.
not staying here.
Okay, that's so funny.
But yeah, she trooped it out, and it got to a point where like, it got to a point where like I didn't know if they were not cool anymore or if they were cool because like they were arguing, but they were both smiling. Like they knew it was like they knew it was funny
until it wasn't.
But yeah, I remember she ended up like walking away and going downstairs, and he was like, "I just don't understand what the big deal is."
Oh my God!
And then me and Tadashi are just like we didn't. I feel bad, but like we didn't want to be around him anymore.
Gotcha.
And it's like I try to look in his shoes, where it's like he really was just trying to like pretend to scoop her up.
Yeah,
but also don't pretend to scoop somebody up.
I know. And then also, if like a mistake happens, you just have to eat the embarrassment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to eat it and be like, "Oh my God, I fucked up."
Yeah, and there's no embarrassment on her part. She couldn't do anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like as a dude, I remember like just as a quick aside that reminded me of, because I want to hear more, but like there was a girlfriend that I had, and I was like on one. I was like so excited to see her, I think, and I was like really young. And she was like halfway up the stairs to the apartment I was living at. I was probably like 15, and I was like, I met her down the stairs, and I scooped her up, and I started running back up the stairs. And I hit the top stair, and I start to lose all of my balance backwards. I'm like, I'm about to fucking throw us both down the stairs, dude. I'm like, ah! And somehow I kept it together and got up. But it's one of those moments in my head where I'm like, thank God that worked out. But in a cold sweat at night when you think too much about your past, I'm like, bro, imagine if I would have just fucking picked her up, brought her to the top of the stairs, and just yeeted her down this flight of stairs, bro. I was like, I would never live that down, and I'd be so embarrassed. Yeah. And there's nothing you can say except I'm really sorry, right? Like that was an accident. But that guy's like, fuck the sorry. It was just an accident. We're both victims here.
He's like, it hurt me just as much as it hurt you, even though I landed on top of you.
He's not wet at all.
She broke his fall.
He's like, it wasn't even that bad, bro. He's like, did you not fall on like a fucking 5'1" chick?
Yeah, I mean, so that's basically the story. But what reminded me of it was last night there was this dude. Now, I think it's safe to say that I know this is like, it's going to sound like it's completely off topic, but I need to detail it.
Yeah.
So vapes are smaller nowadays.
Okay. You're like, this is what I really wanted to talk about. No, I'm kidding. That's
well, the reason I say that is because what reminded me of it was, so when I was out last night with my friend, we were just sitting at these chairs. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is out on the dance floor. There's this one guy by himself. No, he doesn't. You know, there's no friends with him because he's just walking through everybody in like a circle. He's like a NPC guarding a base.
Nice. Okay.
He's just going back and forth. He's just bobbing his head, listening to music. The thing that made me realize this guy was two things. One, still had a hand-sized box mod.
Okay, Jesus.
Like one of those big ass
That's right.
vapes.
It looks like the hilt of a pistol.
Yeah.
You're just
He's smoking an iPhone.
Exactly.
Literally. Dude's just smoking an iPhone.
Yeah, he's wearing Jinko jeans. It's fucking crazy. He's like, these are the only things with pockets big enough.
Well, so it was that. He was wearing boot cut jeans.
Okay.
And a wife beater.
Oh my God.
And he's just hitting his box mod. So the box mod caught my attention.
Yeah.
And then the second thing that caught my attention is not one time did I see him make eye contact or look at anybody.
Okay.
He's only locked in to non-adamant objects.
Yeah, all right.
Whether it be the light, the window, the floor. And while he's doing that, he's just...
Yeah, okay. Uh-huh.
Big cloud.
Mm-hmm. You're like, Cloudberry, okay.
Yeah, so then the song changes.
Yeah.
And it's like a turn-up song. So now he's bouncing. Mm-hmm. And it gets to a point where he hits his vape, and he goes... And he hits a girl in the face.
Holy shit. He pistol whipped her like I just said. Just fucking...
And the craziest thing about it is he still did not make eye contact. He did not check on her. He did not look to see what he hit. He hit, and then he just kept turning. And she looked at him and kept walking.
Just getting out of there, dude. But what I'd like to imagine is he was 100% aware of what happened, but he was like, I gotta pretend like I don't. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way you get out of that, I think, embarrassment free, is to just walk off.
The embarrassment in his head still has to be there.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, dude. Just fucking clocking a chick.
Yeah, bro. Straight up. He went...
Just took her fucking out, dude. Oh!
She went... And he turned, so she kept walking.
Dude.
I was like, damn.
Holy shit. Yeah. You're like, I wonder if that other chick's okay.
I thought, I'm like, dude, I haven't seen her since.
That's the last time anybody saw her. That's so funny.
So, yeah, that's the story about two people I know, and WWE at
Oh
downtown
my God.
Willoughby.
It's so funny, dude. Yeah. Oh, I was at downtown Willoughby last night, actually.
Oh,
yeah. I was going to text you, but what happened was I had to go, like, Jason got invited to, like, a celebration thing. This dude got a different job within his building. And, you know, like, he's a cool guy, and, like, we're all, like, cool. So, like, he invited Jason. Jason's like, can I bring Bill? And he's like, oh, fuck yeah, bring Bill. So we started at Menor at this other bar that has, like, Mug in the name or something like that. But it's this big ass bar. It was huge. And we had food there, and then they wanted to move to a different location, and some people suggested downtown Willoughby, so we ended up at Malarkey's. And I was going to text to see if you were around, and then I was like, I have to that'd be rude for me to be like, anyways, here's my friend. You know what I mean? And then I just talk to you for the rest of the night or whatever, or I go somewhere else. So I didn't text, but yeah, we were standing there.
I was there.
Yeah, isn't that funny? That's so funny. I was thinking the whole time, I was like, Hunter's probably like right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I was at Malarkey's. And then yeah, I mean, the night was all right. It was like it's kind of like when like when you have 30-year-olds meet up for drinks. It's just talking.
See, I probably would have preferred that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, it's okay. So, like, I like going out and I like dancing and stuff, but sometimes it just gets like, I think I'm over the overhype thing. Mm-hmm. Like, people go out and they go out.
Yeah, that's my, like, I had 3 beers total, like, from the moment we got there to the moment we left. So in, like, 4 hours, I had 3 beers.
Yeah, so the reason I like, when we usually go out,
Yeah.
when I like going out with you guys, I think it's fun because we do the thing where we all just go somewhere chill, we sit, we hang out,
Yeah.
and then we go somewhere.
When we're loosened up.
Yeah, we loosen up, we go have fun, we'll go dance, we'll chill, we'll talk to people. And then after that, we usually settle back down.
Yeah, yeah. I
agree.
agree.
I think it's just that perfect mix. Other than, like, the one night we went out with Jeff to Lakewood, that night was just fun.
Yeah,
like,
just live the whole time.
Well, not even, like, because we chilled at the bar for a little bit. I think that was just, and then, like, once we did go to the dance floor, we were still just bullshitting in our little circle while still dancing. Like nights like that are cool too.
I
like,
agree. That's
we
a
had
good point.
we had a night like that it was like, that was the night, it was me, you, Jason. My favorite part about that night was when Jason was dancing and this guy was watching him laughing. And I was like, you know, he can do the splits. And he was like, no way. I'm like, go ask him. And then the dude went and asked Jason. Jason really went as far as he could go.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just remembered something, but yeah.
He went as far as he could go, and he was like, this is all I got.
Just in this public setting. I love that Jason doesn't give a shit.
No,
dude.
and dude, it was, he went so far. A lot farther than I expected.
Yeah, you're like, oh, damn, actually, can he do the splits? That's so funny. It was Cameron. It was Jason's coworker. I was thinking of a different night, but yeah, that's who you're thinking of. You're thinking of Cameron. He's real cool. That was the night I fell asleep in the car.
That's what it was.
I got way too drunk. I peed in an alleyway, and then I fell asleep in my car. And then I woke up, and you guys told me about this amazing night you guys had, and I was like, oh, fuck, I missed all of it.
Yeah.
I was so bummed.
Well, because you originally said you were only going to go, you said you were just going to go, like, take a power nap.
I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I went downstairs, and it was like, the line was so long, and I was like, I cannot hold it. And it was like one of those moments, like, you know, you stand up, and you're like, oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Like, so I stumbled down the stairs to the bathroom. It was too busy, so I went outside, and I was like, can I make it to, you know, I was like, Malarkey's? And I was like, I have to pee right now. So it's like, I literally said, what's up to the bouncer, took a right turn, and then just started peeing, like right there. And then after that, I was like, oh, I can't go drink more. Like, I need to sit down. And I was like, and I knew where I was parked. So I was like, I'm going to go get my passenger seat and just, you know. And at that point, I think I texted Jason saying, like, I have to go home because, like, I was, like, super drunk. But he never got that text. So, like, I fell asleep in the car and then woke up and I was like, oh, I missed the fucking fun night, dude. I was asleep for like almost 2 hours.
Yeah, dude, I want us to do that more.
Yeah.
Because it's like, obviously not too rowdy, but just
yeah.
just to go out with the the group.
Yeah.
We need more group time. Even the last time we went, it was super fun.
Yeah, that was one with Trav.
Because I also like it because I feel like whenever we do, without even talking about it, we do this thing where we like flip partners and we all catch up separately.
I agree.
While still conjoining together.
I agree.
It's super cool.
It is really nice. Yeah, it's tough. Like I didn't realize till the last time we went out, like how out of touch I think I feel around like your friends. That's not like a diss. I just, when people talk about like my coworker, like she's in like the dating sphere, and if a guy's like 5 years younger than her, she's like, I don't know if I can. She's like, I don't think I can do that. And I was like, and I think about you, I'm like, well, Hunter's like pretty mature. And I'm like, so, and I think about that, but then I think about, and a lot of your friends are cool. Like, I'm not trying to talk shit, but sometimes when they're talking, I'm like, I can't relate at all. And I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's kind of like one of the things about a lot of like the people I'm cool with or I'm friends with. A lot of them I don't even relate.
Oh, interesting.
They're just good people.
Oh, yeah. And I don't even mean that. I'm always like, maybe they're trying to like joke around with me, and even the jokes really don't fall in my line. And I'm like, I don't know. A lot of the times I like kind of walk away from that, and I'm like, I don't blame anybody. I'm just like, that wasn't good for either of us. You know what I mean? Well, because I know that you know a lot of people, like especially when we go out. And it was so funny. Like the last time we went out, we started at Nora's, which gets bumping later, and we were there early. So like we avoided a lot of the foot traffic. And when I go out, if I go out late, I don't go to Nora's because I don't like it being elbow to elbow.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. And so then, you suggested we go to 1899, and dude, it was so funny where we walk in and just like 8 people look at the entrance. They go, "Oh, it's Hunter!" And it's like you're just like dapping a bunch of people up, and like I'm like standing there, I'm like, okay. And then it was funny because you've told me several times on the podcast about people will talk about the show to you when you're out and about. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like, that's crazy that they watch the show and that they recognize it.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, the very first person who like dapped you up, they said to you, they went, "You got Bill to come out." And I was like, I've never seen this guy before in my life. He's like, "Dude, I'm a huge fan of the show." He's like, "You're so fucking funny." He's like popping off, and I was like, "Oh, this is what Hunter's talking about." I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, dude,
like it's cool, but it's weird.
It's so weird, dude. There's people that like I know, but like we don't know each other.
Yeah.
Like we might have mutual friends. We've like seen each other before or know about each other. Mm-hmm. But like they'll be like, "Oh, dude, I love the show," and I'm like, "I don't know who this is," and I feel bad. But it's just like, dude, it's cool. I love the support. Man. And I honestly, the one thing I will say is like, when you start the show, you wonder about like what the people you like who know you will think of the show.
Yeah, good
if
point.
It will be like an embarrassment thing, or
I know. That's a good point.
But bro, like. For the people that I know, the support is great.
Man, that's cool.
I did have somebody last night that I haven't seen in a long time tell me how much they like the show.
Let's go.
And like it was like the show. They said that, like they loved the show, but they just don't have a lot of time to watch the full length stuff. So,
which is cool. I mean, that's why we make the clips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, because as I mentioned earlier, like I never watched podcasts, but I watch clips all the time.
Right.
So I'm cool with that too, as long as they're like staying up to date, and if they think the stuff's funny, then I'm like, thanks. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that's always interesting. You saying like people that you definitely like don't know, or maybe you don't remember, or whatever. I was just last night, I was like saying like, I always think if between like a name guy and a face guy, I'm definitely a face guy. But the issue with that is then I have zero idea most of the time where I know you from.
Yeah.
And I don't know your name. So like I said that in a separate story later when we hit downtown Willoughby, this dude comes up, and like when he was walking up, I was like, "Oh, I 100%. I know this guy. Couldn't tell you anything about him." And he goes, "Bill," and I go, "Hey, man." And he goes, "It's good to see you." I'm like, "You too, man. I was just thinking about you the other day." And he goes, "Oh, that's awesome, man." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I hope you're doing well, man. We'll catch up sometime soon." I said, "For sure." And then he walks away, and I'm like, "I hope that guy doesn't watch the show because I'm going to talk about this tomorrow."
Hey, well, if he is,
sorry.
DM Bill so he knows your name, and maybe he'll place it.
And it's on me, not you. No, I'm just kidding. Cool. Well, this thing, I did have a thing to bring to the show that I thought we were going to kick off with, but we went on like a different wave. This is the right one. It was mostly just about if you just had to like think off the top of your head, like what's like a terrible job?
Just kind of like a shitty job to have.
Yeah.
Say like a garbage truck driver.
Yeah, probably. It could probably
hate
get
that.
smelly, you know? I know they get paid pretty well, but...
Yeah, but I would still just kind of suck.
I know. I always think of like those people that have to empty out like porta potties.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, like that's a tough one.
That would suck.
And then like anything with heights, I'm good. Roofers just get baked in the sun literally all day.
Yeah.
You know? They're 80% SPF at this rate.
And then I would also say like the people who have to kill the animals for us to eat.
Ah, good point.
They
Yeah.
probably suck.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. But like if the people who are doing that like their job, I just kind of feel like you need to be put on a watch list.
It's a good point too. Yeah, I love watching life leave their eyes. They trusted me, and I used it against them.
Gotcha.
Caught you slipping. You thought we were gonna have companionship,
Hey, look that way.
like Lenny's ass, enough mice and men. That's an English joke. Anyways,
Can we get rabbits? Not safe for work. Oh,
all right.
no.
I know a lot. I might have to blur this one, but I will. For the listeners, I'll explain it after we watch it. So this is to me a shitty job, but also is so easy to make fun of. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
O medo não é real. O único lugar onde o medo pode existir é em nossos pensamentos sobre o futuro. É produto da nossa imaginação.
Hunter's
Que tenhamos
mouth
medo
is
de
just
coisas que
wide
não existem
open.
no presente
Dog,
e que
this is a
talvez
job?
nunca
That's just
existir.
look at.
Eu não
And the first time I watched it, I thought,
Existe de verdade, mas o medo
Dude.
é uma escolha.
okay, so
Yo, I need at least 10 bands.
okay, so for the listeners and the people that I've had to blur it for, it's a horse mounting another horse, and out of nowhere, this woman sprints in with what looks to be like half of a bazooka,
That's what it looks like.
and she grabs Schlong and shoves the horse's penis inside
Let's
of.
say a magic wand.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, why did I get so anatomy with it?
No. I'm talking about like so we don't have to say a flashlight of sorts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she just places his member in this instrument that she's holding, and he starts humping, and she's just holding on to it. And
She's holding on for dear life.
Dude, she's like rocking back and forth as this horse thinks he's having sex. She's just fucking. She's like holding the thing that is pee-pee is in, and just holding on for dear life, and he's humping and humping and humping, and then when it's over, she opens this compartment that just leaks out everything that just happened.
Yeah, so I guess what was the point?
I don't know. Maybe they
keep
didn't
them
want
active?
little calves, little horse babies.
Yeah, but she let it all out.
Oh yeah, what I meant is like maybe get your rocks off, but let's not have horse babies. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like okay.
Yeah, because
But
like what?
I guess.
I don't know either. Like what's the but that's fucking crazy. Firstly, that's
yeah.
crazy that that's a manufactured item.
Yeah. Bazooka.
It really does. She comes in with like two hands on it, like she's gonna fucking end this horse's life, but instead she just ends his suffering.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But dude, it's crazy. Yeah, she's just the walk up to grab it is insane.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of these comments. What do they say?
Y'all can have that job.
Dude. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can.
How do I even explain my job if I got asked?
Doesn't matter, had sex. So good, dude. The way she snatched and deflected it, does that count as a cock block? No, it's cock interception. She's just like, she's a tight end, like, or not a tight end, she's like a quarterback. Yeah.
Oh, no. not over here.
Dude, yeah, you could play that video with just like some fucking like NFL announcer stuff. Like, and he said she snatched it.
Yeah, that would be a weird job. How would you explain that?
Yeah. I
milk horses.
I'm a reliever. A horse reliever. That's crazy. Oh, what's this? She takes a cap off the bottom and it looks like water spills out. What is that for? Does it provide pressure inside the fleshlight thing?
Oh, that probably is it.
Oh, I think so. Oh, okay, so it was probably just water. I really thought she was like, let's leak out the
Yeah, that's what I thought.
the finished product. I don't know how much that job pays, but it isn't enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yep.
what I said. I need at least 10 bands.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To get thrown around by a horse while you have to do that, I'm cool.
Yeah, dude, I laughed so hard at that. Riley almost puked at it, and that's when I was like, yeah, I'm going to put this on the show. But yeah, that was just a little something I wanted to start off the show with. But
That's a crazy job.
There's so many steps before that where I really thought this chair was just about to break from underneath me. I felt like a shift, and I was like, am I about to beef it? Just spill water on myself. I'm like, oh.
We're done.
I know.
We're done for the day.
Exactly.
Wrap up the show.
I get spine busted by my own fucking chair. Yeah, but the steps before that is like somebody was like, I need a product to sell. Can you imagine someone on Shark Tank, like with the Fleshlight triple XL
For horses.
for horses, Fleshlight comma or parentheses for horses.
Yeah, that's a crazy job. I couldn't imagine having to deal with animals like that. Mm-hmm. But do you guys want to feel like an animal?
Oh my god, hey, here it is.
You want to feel like an animal? Get yourself a Can't Fight Show hat.
Only $25 at can'tfightshow.com.
It's distressed. Distressed cotton. Everyone is distressed differently. You want to feel like an animal? You want to look like an animal? Get yourself a Can't Fight Show hat.
And you might be able to use it as a fleshlight. I'm just kidding. That's like the absolute like two ends of the spectrum of good at ad reads and bad at ad reads. Yeah, you could fuck it. I would. $25.
Plus shipping.
Plus shipping. All right, cool. So yeah, what did you want to talk about here?
All right, yeah. So getting back to the pod, I wanted to go over. We've been gone a while.
Yes.
And obviously, if you've been listening by now, you know wrestling is a passion. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to go over what's been going on.
Okay.
WrestleMania just concluded.
Right.
And honestly, when I tell you from even the time we started the pod to now, but even before that, we've been talking a long time.
Yeah.
We've talked about how WWE's been in a very weird and bad place.
Yeah.
Well, we've also talked about how Vince McMahon is no longer in the picture. Mm-hmm. He's gone. He's not in here anymore.
Wow. All right.
He has no stake. He's selling the rest of his stock. He's not part of the team at all.
Wow.
Everything's new.
Okay.
And when I tell you this man Triple H has taken WWE by the fucking balls,
Okay.
this shit is cool again.
Oh.
And it's so fun.
Oh, nice.
Dude, this is not even near the same product. I'm willing to say that it feels like where we're going right now is better than anything I watched as a kid, anything that has ever happened before.
That's crazy. What a crazy statement. Wow.
Dude, yeah. Like, I think WWE right now is something that you could turn on.
Wow.
And I think if you gave it 2 weeks, you would probably be interested to continue watching. Because it's fucking good.
Wow.
Everything is good.
Yeah,
besides the theme songs. But I think he's going to fix that.
Just got to grab some royalties real quick. You know?
Not even. WWE used to have a guy.
Yeah.
Jim Johnson.
Okay.
Jim Johnson made any good... He made the Batista song. He made the Edge song.
Oh.
He made John Cena's. He did all of it. Rey Mysterio's.
Damn.
He was the guy.
Yeah. What happened to him?
They fired him.
Oh. They're like, we're tired of good stuff.
He made Randy Orton's.
Oh, wow.
Like, Jesus, man.
Hit after hit.
Yeah, and then they hired somebody else for a while, and then they got rid of them, even though they were pretty decent. And now they're on this new guys, and all the themes just suck, dude. They all sound so generic.
Gotcha.
Like, they all give off vibes where, like, for example, like at the Royal Rumble this past year, I saw a video about this, so I don't want anybody to see that video. I think I'm stealing, but it was a good point. At the Royal Rumble this year, somebody would come out, and you wouldn't know who it was until they came out.
Oh.
All song is just so generic, man.
That's crazy.
But, so, with that being said, if it was okay with you, I kind of wanted to look to see if we could find the ending of the main event. So, here's what I can say. When I tell you WWE is good again, I mean the storylines are good, everything is good. And what we're about to watch is, I can't say enough how much of a cinematic ending this was. And I know you don't know a lot of going into it.
Yeah.
But you had Roman Reigns on top of the company.
Yeah.
Basically, since I was in high school.
Yeah.
He's held the title now for 4 years, which was after high school. But basically, like, he's been there for this long.
Yeah.
So he's held the title for like 4 years, and we had this thing. He had a team, and it was all of members of his family, and it was the Bloodline. So he had Paul Heyman as the manager, which you know who Paul Heyman is, and then he had his cousins in the Usos, which they were they're twin brothers, and then he had Solo Sikoa, which is the Usos' little brother, and now he has The Rock.
Right.
Jimmy and Jay started beefing. Jay left the Bloodline, so now he's against them. So, yeah, man. So this is kind of the conclusion of that, which stuff has been going on for years with this. So I think that's kind of where it all winds down to.
Okay.
And I'll kind of explain, if you want to watch this, we can kind of explain the story as it goes on. I'll give you the backstory.
Okay. The live orchestra, that's sick.
Bro.
You're right, it's like cinematic as hell. All right, I got goosebumps,
bro,
actually. It's fucking cool.
If you want to go back and look at Cody's, bro, he came up from under the ramp with a mask on. Dude, it just looks so sick. But yeah. So they have a match. Everything starts going crazy. They cheat. Roman cheats by having the Bloodline come out.
Okay.
So now Jimmy's out there helping.
Okay.
And then after Jimmy starts helping, Jimmy's twin brother Jay comes out to help Cody. And win. That's the only reason Cody lost. Another member of the Bloodline. That's how Cody lost last year. That exact same setup. He had him for the finisher, and then Solo hit him.
It's cool. It does feel like a new era now where there's like actual, like, who's going to get the belt from here on out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every single time the belt's actually up, you're not like, well, he's going to take it, right? You know what I mean?
Well, that, and then it's just like, bro, they're doing all these different things. So I know I've talked about him before, and you might know who he is, but Pat McAfee.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, he has his own show. He's on the commentary, or he's on ESPN, and now he's also on commentary for WWE.
Okay.
Now, Pat McAfee's a former football player, and he's a sports guy. He loves wrestling, but he's a sports guy.
Okay.
So they even do these things now where, you know how WWE would show replays? You know how when you watch football, they'll like draw on the screen? Pat does that.
Oh, cool.
So it's like we get that difference. They do all these like pyros back. They're swearing again. Like
nice.
it just feels like they still do stuff for the kids, but they care about just wrestling fans and the stories.
Awesome.
But
man.
dude, I wanted to show you that because I think we're in a new era. And I think the cinematic ending of WrestleMania was just crazy. Man.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Dude,
the culmination of years of storytelling. Like you
yeah,
said.
they do it like Avengers.
Like the Avengers, yeah.
The 10-year story.
Yeah,
and that's, you had Cena and The Rock. You had Rock and Undertaker. You had the new story of these brothers who now hate each other.
Man.
And then you have the story of Cody, who would have won last year, about to lose to Roman again because of his family. But now you have... It turned into like WWE versus the Bloodline.
Yeah.
Which was super cool.
Man.
Which they're still continuing that story now. But
man,
we'll save that.
And I think it's cool too for like the end of Roman's like reign. Funny that they pulled out all the stops. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of have to, right?
You ended a 4-year thing perfectly.
That's so cool, man.
And it was because it was getting to the point where like, dude, this is getting old. You guys got to do something.
100%, right?
And yeah, and they did.
That's cool, man.
It was awesome.
Cool thing. I bet it's super rewarding too, especially like as a fan, but then like as fans in general, right? Like just to finally be like, it's like they're listening. I don't know what to expect next, which is always cool. Like it's just objectively cool when you don't know what the fuck to expect. And what a way to end it, man. That's
Dude,
cool.
I saw a video that was like kind of crazy to me. It was a video of a kid crying when Roman lost.
Wow.
And it was because he started, like in the video it explained it.
Yeah.
He's been watching wrestling since he was 4. He's 8 now.
Yeah. So
and Roman's held the title the entire time.
Wow.
And it's kind of just crazy to think about that. It's like, damn, like people who started this.
I've never seen him not have the belt. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's insane.
Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Man. And I know like his journey too is like pretty impactful too, just because I know like he got sick at the one point. Yeah. And like he overcame a lot and still held the title and all that. And it's like there's you know, when I think about the Roman thing, I don't think it's like oh finally.
Yeah.
In a way, like where it's more like, man, like his run was awesome, and it definitely needed to come to an end, and at least they gave it the care instead of it being like a snatch away of just being like, okay, well, we're over that now because we're changing shit.
Yeah.
You know, it was very much like, because, you know, you look at it from Roman's perspective, too, pretty tragic as well, right? So that's cool, man.
Yeah.
They really cared about it.
Roman was somebody that, okay, so like there was this picture, and it was like going over everything. And it was like, it was crazy because it was like all the fans hated him. Mm-hmm. And it was like F Roman.
Yeah.
And then it was like F Roman. And then it was going over everything. And it was basically about how all the fans, he was getting pushed and they hated him. He was supposed to be the good guy, but everybody hated him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then he became the bad guy and he was getting cheered.
Yeah.
And then he held the title for 4 years, and it was back to F.U. Roman.
Yeah.
And then when he lost the title, they were all cheering for Cody. And then at the end, like at Mania and the night after, there were thank you Roman chants. Because it was just like the fans hated you.
Yeah.
And then they loved you.
Mm-hmm.
And then they hated you. And then afterwards, it was like, bro, thank you. Like when the fans do that, it's so crazy.
Dude.
It's just like... You got everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right, man. So the last thing I want to talk about, something happened in the WWE 2K hemisphere, and we were talking about wrestling, so it ties into something that has always irked me, and it's just about video games in general. So, do you remember when I was telling you about when the build-up to WrestleMania happened, The Rock got involved, and the wrestling community spazzed out in the We Want Cody thing, and they had to change it?
Yeah.
So something like that happened recently, but for the video game.
Okay.
And it's something I've heard about in a lot of games, and it really pisses me off.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So there's something in the WWE video games. It's called Community Creations.
Oh, yeah, you can, like, make a wrestler...
Yeah, you can make a wrestler, a belt, an arena, a sign. You can make anything.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just wrestlers.
No, and then you post it on, and everyone can see it, and if they like it, they can download it.
Okay.
And now it's on their game.
Mm-hmm.
So there's somebody on there, his name's What's the Status?
Okay.
And he's the top guy. I'm talking millions of downloads for everything he gets because he's so good.
Yeah.
Now, in that, he goes into, like, the in-game files, and he'll find stuff that's hidden, or it was in previous games, but it's not in the, like, it's in previous games, and it's still in the game, but you can't find it.
Gotcha.
So, like, let's say a wrestler leaves WWE, all of their taunts and maybe their entrance motion is still in the game, so he'll make the wrestler,
Okay.
and then he'll give them all those hidden files. That way you still have that feel that he's in the game.
Yeah.
He'll do stuff like that. He'll make arenas, and when he makes the arenas, he'll put things where they're not allowed to go, but he'll find workarounds. Mm-hmm. So basically, he keeps the game fresh. Like, for example, The Rock in the game, The Rock has that new tattoo. It's like a big bull instead of that old school little one he has.
Yeah.
That's not in the new game.
Oh, gotcha.
So he found a way to put in the game when you customize actual superstars. Like, say if I wanted to customize Roman Reigns, I can't put tattoos on them. They don't. The game doesn't let you edit the actual character.
Gotcha.
Only the clothes.
Okay.
So he found a workaround to where he could put the new tattoo on him, which it keeps the game fresh.
Yeah.
And with wrestling, with how much things change, like this guy could be a good guy Monday, and then next Monday he might turn heel and have a whole new look.
Yeah.
So it just keeps the game fresh.
Yeah.
And with a game that only has a yearly release, with wrestling, with how much things change, it gets old.
I agree.
So he does do like little stuff like that, and it's things he shouldn't be, but it's not hurting anybody.
Yeah, if anything, as a game developer, I would hope to have a community passionate enough to want to keep the game updated and honest.
Yeah, and on community creations, there's a lot of bad things.
Okay.
There's a lot of pornography.
Oh.
There's a lot of very weird stuff. Like Roman Reigns had a shirt that said "wreck everybody and leave," and somebody made a new logo that said the R word, "everybody and leave."
Oh.
And stuff like that just lives on community creations.
Yeah.
But what's the status got banned.
Oh.
Yeah, he got banned without any reasoning, without any warnings.
That sucks.
All of his stuff got taken down, and he got banned.
Wow.
So then Twitter, for 3 days, he was trending on Twitter, and it was free status.
Okay.
And everyone was pissed. And the main reason I wanted to bring it up is because I'm just so sick of video game companies when there's like modders who make the game fun.
Yeah.
And they get punished.
I know.
Like, I just wish it was more of a thing with video games where it's like, dude, like, if you have a great game, but somebody's making it better for free. They're making the game better for free. You're not even paying them.
Yeah.
Why are you stopping it?
Because there's like, you know, when I think about that, I think of Rockstar, and Rockstar is like almost famous for shitting on modders. Like, they sending cease and desists and things like that. And it's like, it's to a point where in those games, like Skyrim is a great example of some people get Skyrim just for the mods.
Right.
So it's like, as a company, you're making more money because people are modding your product. Like, oh, I'll get Skyrim if I can fucking turn dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's an interesting thing. So,
Right.
like, I'll get the new the wrestling video game because, maybe they've updated this or they did that or whatever, but I know that on the community, I can get all of this extra stuff, and that's why I think the game is worth it to get.
Yeah.
And now you just fucked that.
And the biggest thing with community creations that I'll say that is great is you can buy a WWE game, and on community creations, you can download everybody that are in different wrestling promotions.
Yeah.
And now they're in your WWE game.
Cool.
So, like, for example, me and my buddies, we do this thing called Universe. Universe is basically where you can just start your own wrestling organization. You can use the WWE stuff, or you can make up your own, or you can download AEW, New Japan. You can bring back ECW. You can do anything you want, and you can download anybody to make your own organization. They could be dead, alive, working elsewhere, or in WWE.
Cool.
And what's the status was the best guy to make all this.
Yeah.
And they just, you're gone. No warning, no email, nothing.
Dude, that's
And
super sucks.
like you said, with Rockstar, I noticed there was some stuff with that. Like, dude, I can't even remember the last time I saw a regular GTA clip that wasn't racing.
Yeah.
But like a regular GTA clip. But when I see all the modded GTA clips, that's most of their content nowadays.
I agree.
And I did see that Rockstar finally hired modders.
Yeah, good.
For like all the mods that had came out where people are like cops and like I think they actually hired the modders for that.
That's cool, man.
For the new one.
That's good.
But yeah, it was mainly just like video game companies need to just stop with it, bro. Because like you said, how many people are gonna buy WWE and play it because of that?
And like there's that, and then like the other thing I said where it's like, if you create anything, specifically a video game, but you create anything, you would hope that there's a community of people that give a fuck enough about it to be like, I want to add on to this.
Right.
And they make good work, especially. That's just awesome. So it's like weird to be like, nah.
And it's also like it's helping you guys.
Yeah,
you guys are spending no money This guy's working for free
Yep.
and putting stuff up that are keeping the game alive.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm sure they opened the community shit anyway.
Right. And on top of it, it's like, I hate to say it, but when you think about a WWE game, it's not going to last long without it.
Yeah, I agree.
I finished the career mode in 1 week.
Yep.
Because you don't get to keep going anymore. It's not something where you can just keep going. After the story's over, you're done. You can replay it, but it's going to be ultimately the same.
Yep.
So you can't do that. Their new GM mode is cool, but you're not getting any length out of it. And ultimately, like, it's one of those games where if it's not for community creations, it would be one of those games that you have on your PlayStation for when friends come over.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
Their online servers suck, so you can't really play online. So it's just... And I mainly wanted to talk about it just because there's so many games like that.
Yeah.
Like you said, Skyrim, this, that. Like Red Dead, GTA, Call of Duty. I remember people used to mod Call of Duty to do stuff. It's just like... Just leave it alone, man.
Yeah, I know.
If it's not hurting the game,
yes,
and it's not hurting online,
yes,
and it's not hurting just the flow, just let it go.
Yeah, I know. Because a lot of the times, what it is, it's usually money motivated.
Right.
Like, you know, maybe they banned that guy because they're like, we wanted to put this stuff behind a paywall. Like, you should have to pay $20.
And that's what people were saying, is that he's making arenas that maybe they wanted to put in a DLC, or he's making superstars that look great and play great, but they wanted to add that as DLC.
Yeah.
But it's just like, so what?
I know.
Because ultimately, I hate to say it, what's the status could make a great looking CM Punk?
Yeah.
But when the real one comes out, I'm going to get it. Because what I don't have is a theme song.
Yeah.
The feel, the commentary.
Yeah, yeah.
There's still a lot you don't have.
Exactly. Yeah.
And not only that, but every year when you announce the game, 90% of people are buying the $100 edition anyways because you have all the extra shit.
Exactly, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. And it was like, for a while, Rockstar was pretty cool with like modding or this, that, or whatever, but then people, like, for years, there was like Vice City remasters and San Andreas remasters that were up and like free.
They were working on the new update.
Yeah, and then they started sending out cease and desist because they were like, well, we're making our own. And that's like the funny thing where I'm like, well, people would have bought like the remaster anyway.
Right.
And then it came out and it was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I see why they had to cease and desist, because they just half-assed a product out. And they were like, you want to buy it?
And the modders were better.
Yeah.
So that's why it brings me back to this. Just pay the fucking modders.
Yep.
Give them a job. If they're doing it better than you, pay them.
And like, they're clearly passionate
about it.
Because they're doing it for free.
Yeah, they're doing it for free.
Pay them.
So you could probably pay them for not that much,
Yep.
and they would be happy to do it.
100%.
So it's
funny.
like that. That was my biggest thing. Like, why don't you, instead of banning status, why don't you pay him, and then you can have him work for you and keep the flow of what's going on in the WWE.
Yeah.
He can release that stuff. And being dead ass honest, you pay him. Have him keep doing what he's doing, and even if you put it behind a paywall where it's like $5-10 a month and you get all of this new stuff, it's still keeping the game fresh.
I agree.
Just fucking, like, don't ban him. And then also take down everything he's done is crazy, especially when there's all that stuff. When there's like all that stuff about like he's breaking TOS, but then there's like all of this pornographic stuff. And there's people modding WWE women to be naked, and that stuff's laying on there, and they're not banned.
Exactly.
Get it out of here. But that was it. I just want to go on my tangent. Just
No,
pay the modders, pay them, give them a job. They're doing better than you, and they're keeping your game fresh.
100%.
And like you said, a lot of people buy games just for the mods.
100%.
For example, Madden.
Yep.
They've been modding Madden for years to do college teams.
Yeah.
You'll see all the college uniforms, all the college stuff.
Pretty cool.
And now it took this long for college football to come back. I think it's coming out in like a month or two.
Crazy.
So,
yeah.
get your shit together. And video game companies, like I said, get your shit together. And then viewers, get out of here.
Guess that's it for episode 23. Thanks for tuning in.
I love you guys. I'll see you soon.
My shorts match my briefs. I just got them last week. So if you see me in the street, Just know these shorts match my briefs. I just got these on sale. I ain't paying retail. And no, the style ain't stale. I didn't get these in the mail. My shorts match my briefs.